promised to offer you. But that wasn't the way of our Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He empowered the community. And he said to them, you are the ones who will need to spread peace. You are the ones who will need to distribute food and create economic systems. You are the ones who will need to take care of your family, not the government. You are the ones who will need to pray at night. No one can do that for you. And if you take care of your side of the bargain, Allah promises to take care of His, and that is to give you access to Jannah in peace. He empowered us. He extended trust to the Muslims and to the non-Muslims. He is saying to them, we are partners in success. We're going to achieve this together. This is not a one-man show. And so every male and female, educated or otherwise, felt emboldened and encouraged and committed to the vision of Islam, because everybody had a role to play. And here I remember an incident attributed to Jack Kennedy in 1962 when he visited the NASA space station at a time when there was the competition between the superpowers of the world who will be the first to land on the moon. And it is said that Kennedy came into one of the hallways and saw a janitor carrying a broom. He said to him, hi, my name is Jack Kennedy. What are you doing? And the janitor, he said from within the space station, I am helping put my country on the moon. So he didn't belittle himself. And he saw himself part of his nation's goal. He realized that by creating a clean and hygienic environment for the engineers and for the scientists and for the scholars and the researchers and the specialists, I am playing a role in putting a person on the moon. And similarly, our Prophet ﷺ empowered every male and female from the community, from the ummah, to realize that you have a role in putting yourself and your family and your community in Jannah, and it begins with the everyday decisions that you make at home. Those were the words of a leader. Let us unpack these 4 lines very quickly that you have promised, inshallah, in your mind to memorize before the end of this evening. Sentence number 1, and after every sentence, we're going to pull out an actionable item for you to go home with, inshallah. Sentence number 1, he said, do you remember what it was? Afshu as-salam, distribute peace, spread peace. How many misconceptions surrounding our beautiful religion come tumbling down with the singular realization that the very first words uttered from the blessed and fragrant mouth of our Prophet ﷺ were those words, spread peace. The search for peace and security is the number 1 need of a human being, because nothing in its absence can be achieved. And for those who complain that I have nothing in life, good fortunes always seem to evade me and my family, I ask you, are you feeling safe? If the answer is yes, Allah Almighty has given you everything. And that is why our Prophet ﷺ, he said in a beautiful hadith, من أصبح منكم آمنا في سربه, whoever of you wakes up in the morning safe in his home, معافا في جسده, healthy in your body, عنده قوت يومه, and you have your food just for your day, فكأنما حيزت له الدنيا, then it will be as though Allah has given you the entire world, everything within it. Security. Here we ask the question, what is your role in Ifsha'us Salam, the distributing of peace? Because after all, we want the outcome of the hadith, not just the people of Medina. We also want to enter paradise in peace. So here are the 4 conditions, and they apply to you here as a Londoner, as a Westerner, in the 21st century. How can I apply this segment of the hadith? The Prophet ﷺ gives us an answer in a separate hadith where he was asked the question, Ayyul Islami khayr, what part of Islam is the best? What is the uppermost part of our religion? He said, إطعام الطعام, to distribute food. وتقرئ السلام على من عرفت وعلى من لم تعرف, and for you to give the greeting of salam, peace, for the ones you know and those that you don't. How easy is that? Well, actually, it's not that easy. Because we are to realize that the moment we say to another Muslim, Assalamu alaykum, peace be upon you, you are making a solemn oath. You are signing a contract with your Lord. You are making an agreement that you cannot break. That I, Ali, or I, Muhammad, or I, Khadija, or I, Aisha, I will be a source of peace for you. No harm will come to you from me. That's the undercurrent. That's the undertone. Those are the clauses that are found in that contract called Assalamu Alaikum. So beware of lying. Beware of breaching the contract that many of us have made today. When you are said to another, Assalamu Alaikum, and you go home, you say Assalamu Alaikum, and when you buy yourself, you say Assalamu Alaikum. Beware of breaching that contract by selling a defective good. How can you do that when you promised Allah Almighty that He would be a source of peace? Beware of overpricing. Beware of stealing. Beware of backstabbing another, my sister. Beware of ridiculing or mocking, though you may call it a joke. You promised you would be a source of peace, and you make that promise to Allah. Beware of reckless driving. Beware of smoking in the presence of another Muslim. And through your passive smoking, you are breaching the contract. Beware of selling cigarettes to another, or selling a vape to another, or selling a shisha to another, or selling alcohol to another, or selling riba to another. Beware. You made a promise to your Lord, and an honorable Muslim would prefer to die many times over than to break his agreement with his Lord. Sentence number 2 for those who have forgotten. He said, أطعموا الطعام, distribute food. Especially if that person has young dependents. Hunger brings about all forms of behavioral and psychological disturbances, and it affects a person's sanity and clarity and focus, and that is why our religion sympathizes with our need to eat and our fear of hunger, and allows you to delay your prayer if food is available and you are desiring it. And that is why the Prophet ﷺ, he said, لا صلاة بحضرة طعام ولا وهو يدافعه الأخبثان. There is no prayer when food is available, and there is no prayer when you are resisting the urge to go to the bath, because the religion wants you to focus. He said, distribute food. Help your economy. Find systems to empower the Muslims so that they are independent. Be the upper giving hand, not the lower receiving hands of benefits or their lights. أطعموا الطعام, distribute food. And notice how the Prophet ﷺ does not identify where the food will come from. He doesn't mention it. It's almost as if to say, simply by you distributing food from person to person, from household to household, from rich to poor, from friend to friend, Allah Almighty will provide the food. What is your role in distributing food? So that we enter paradise in peace. Shopkeepers, restaurant owners, takeaway shop owners, create systems to ensure that not a morsel of food, not a grain of rice, not a shred of meat goes to waste at the end of any working day. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, وَصِلُوا الْأَرْحَامِ, maintain your family ties. Here in the West, and we say this with broken hearts, at night when people are asleep. That was constitution or pillar number 4 of the